Why you need to watch Saturn transit for 2026 according to your moon sign, according to your rising sign? Because you would like to learn about your job, about your employment, about your profession, about your career, about your status, about your income resources, about your money situation in 2026. Will you be able to buy a property? What sort of financial backing you'll have in 2026? The reward of your hard work will be there or not? That's why you need to watch Saturn transit for 2026. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like to more clarity through 2000, do this again. A early app promo full. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like more clarity through 2026, inside my Prakash Astrologer app, you can watch all 14 one-time life events forecast for your signs and also use your weekly and monthly premium horoscopes to plan with more confidence and less stress. All of this is free for you until the end of 2026. Whether you're already in my app or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit astrology.prakashastrologer.com to register or log in and start using this support whenever you need it. Yearly forecast of Sagittarius, moon sign Sagittarius, rising sign for the year 2026. There are 4 planets which are creating a major impact for every yearly forecast. Number 1 is Saturn. Saturn is quite important. Why? Saturn's transit is extremely important for any sign. Saturn represents your karma. When you perform any karma on the earth, that is presented by Saturn. Saturn represents your living, your work, your profession, anything to do with career, anything to do with status. Your status in the world represented by Saturn. Your status, prestige, honor represented by Saturn. Your money. When you're talking about money, any money, you're talking about Saturn. When you're talking about financial backing, income resources, that is again Saturn. When you're talking about property, wealth, assets, Saturn. When you're talking about anybody's lifespan, health issues, serious health issues, crisis like a death, we're talking about Saturn. When you're talking about trauma in the life, grief, we're talking about Saturn. Hard work's reward, talking about Saturn. Whole service sector, whole professional sector, whole career sector, or merchandising is all represented by Saturn. Saturn represents all of these. Saturn is a lot of all these. Sagittarius, Saturn transit for Sagittarius 2026, this whole year, Saturn transit. Saturn's effect and Saturn transit for 2026. Sagittarius rising sign, Sagittarius moon sign. Transit of Saturn is starting, may I say that it's already started since 29th of March 2025 in the 4th house. It will carry on till 3rd of June 2027. Saturn transit in 4th house. March 2025 carry on till June 2027 and will mark the start of Saturn's Daya for Sagittarius. The paya of Saturn for Sagittarius is iron. So Sagittarius, be prepared for unexpected challenges, unexpected obstacles. Sagittarius, you'll go through a lot of mental stress, health complications. Your expenditure can be paramount, higher than your income resources. You go through major obstacle delays and waste complication and waste of time in achieving your rise in luck and prosperity. You go through sudden expenditure. You go through quite a few domestic argument conflict and too much opposition. But as longer you must exercise your applied wisdom, common sense, then you will be okay. You'll face many complications, many delays in achieving your dream objectives. There will be few secret attention which you wouldn't want to share with anybody. Sagittarius, you got to deal with family, relationship, any matter with family related matters. Very delicately, very carefully. Please refrain from living conflict, argument with your family members. There will be rising expenditure, rising health complication. You will have to work on your communication with inside the family, outside the family. And refrain from being grumpy and sad and bitter because that won't do anything for you. Sagittarius, look after your mother's health. Look after your family health and their well-being. You face quite a few issues, hassled, linked with property, linked with car. Saturn, 4th house, from your moon sign, from your rising sign, from your ascendant, bring an uneasy time for you. Apart from other aspect of life, Saturn 4th house transit means your finances will require careful handling during this particular transit. Avoid wasting money. Avoid wasting time. The modern concept of astrology, the applied astrology say you may develop a lack of enthusiasm when it comes to your work, when it comes to profession. You may even start disliking your job. May face like some sort of a rift between you and your boss, rift between you and the higher authority. Some of you are likely to be transferred to distance place of your work during this time period. Change your place during this particular time period. Socially, this may not be the good time for you. Make effort to maintain popularity in your social circle. Avoid any activity, Sagittarius, that might cause you humiliation. Health matters require focused attention. Some of you are likely to develop letharginess, stomach problems, other health issues. You may also experience anguish, fear, mental confusion, anxiety during this time period. Some of you also have a bad thought or feel the urge to be sinful deeds. Avoid getting into any argument with your enemies. You may be separated from your friends, supporters. At home, take care of your family. They may be susceptible to disease or other life-threatening situation. There may be like a death in the family. Avoid getting involved in any kind of unpleasant situation with your relatives and nearest one. This time period sees you creating enemies within your own immediate family member or relative. Be aware of hidden enemies during this time period. On one hand, some of you are also expecting a childbirth in the family. So Saturn's transit in the 4th house, the applied astrology. According to applied astrology, this is an extremely important transit of Saturn for you. Sagittarius, Saturn transit in 4th house. At this time, you will focus on your innermost personal domestic life. For this is an area that require work now. Any problem in your domestic life will become more critical at this particular time. And anything you have been putting up with this phase of time, but not really handling, will have to be dealt with. Now you have to deal with. Consequently, the effect of this transit range from simple reorganization of your domestic environment to a total reshuffling of your personal relationship and contact that affect your domestic life. Your home itself may become a tremendous burden because of the payments, because of the repairs, other such responsibilities. Elements that used to be important in your life often come back into the prominence now, especially if they were never resolved in any past. Therefore, this is also especially good timing to get in touch with your innermost self through psychotherapy or other conscious raising and conscious expanding technique. During this time period, you may have to take on parental responsibility of for someone, not necessarily your own child, or you may seek out someone who will play a parental role for you. If you do find a parent, however, making sure that this situation will ultimately lead to independence on your part. Be certain that it is a growth relationship for you, not the beginning of a long-term dependency which would prove detrimental in the years to come. At this time, a period of several years, preparation is coming to an end. You are ready to emerge from comparative dormancy, at least in terms of outward success. Begin to move upward, forward to achieve your ambitions. But you must start modestly. The fourth house acts as a foundation of your horoscope, and you must pay attention to securing and building up this foundation. This is what lies behind your outward concern within your physical home. It is really inner house that you are attending to, which is the reason that this is such a good time to be involved in psychotherapy. Or inner problem that you do not clear up now will be the source of the most of the problem along with personal road during the next 7 to 14 years. The fourth house is the opposite to the 10th house of your career and social status. Any negative factor that work here will oppose your successful achievement later on. This is the time of your new beginning, so get off to a good start. But whenever you face any of the following problems, complications, these are the problems, complications you might face when Saturn transiting in 4th house. Number 1, running people's money, or ruining people's money, or running with people's money, or ruining people's money. Either you're running away with people's money, or you're destroying people's wealth and money. Then Saturn is inactive. Number 2, lack of money, no money at all. Third, health issue with bladder, health issue with urinated problems. Next one, living in a rented accommodation, you have no house. You're running from changing house to house. Now sometimes you're living here, there, and you're living in rented accommodation, and you become adulterer. You are going through a relationship which is not acceptable by the society. Loss of personal happiness, loss of marriage relationship. Saturn position in 4th house is not positive then. Crisis linked with your family, crisis linked with your mother, crisis linked with your parents. So these are the tasks I'm going to recommend you. These are the applied astrology tasks. These are the upaya remedies you must do. They can cure the Saturn's 4th house position permanently. Number 1, do flow 4 liter alcohol in the fast flowing river on Saturday early hours of the morning. Do flow 4 liter alcohol in the fastest flowing river. Day should be Saturday early morning between 4:30 and 6:30 a.m. Repeat this task 1 Saturday, 4 Saturday, 16 Saturday. This will root out Saturn's activity completely. Number 2, please do organize Namak Chamak Rudrabhishek in the temple. Monday to Monday, Saturday to Saturday. This will root out a lot of your Saturn's activity. Third one, mix jasmine oil, real sindoor, make a paste and apply on Hanumanji statue Saturday afternoon. This will take away Saturn's activity permanently. Precaution wise, what you shouldn't do, refrain from having any scandalous affair, scandalous relationship. Refrain from wearing any green color or black color garment. No. Try not to consume any form of non-veg, any form of seafood, any form of alcohol, any form of smoking, any form of intoxication whatsoever. Please refrain from any domestic arguments, domestic conflict. Do not adopt a stubborn attitude, irrational attitude. Please maintain your character. Keep your character very clean, flawless. Avoid all kind of relationship-related scandals, foul relationship, dirty relationship. No. The chanting you must do, which will give you super boost to overcome Saturn's activity. Harim Om Namo Shivaya Harim. 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 Requirement is jug of water. Timing is daytime or nighttime. Anytime. Asana is blanket. Direction facing northeast facing direction. This chanting will make you overcome any Saturn's activity in 4th house. My dear friends, life can feel noisy and confusing, especially when you are carrying big questions about work, money, family, health, or relationships. If you would like more clarity through 2026, inside my Prakash Astrologer app, you can watch all 14 one-time life events forecast for your signs and also use your weekly and monthly premium horoscopes to plan with more confidence and less stress. All of this is free for you until the end of 2026. Whether you're already in my app or watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit astrology.prakashastrologer.com to register or log in and start using this support whenever you need it.